What do you want to talk about? Atari or Weird Al?
That's what we're going to do.
If you got nothing else?
You have, I mean, if we're going to talk about Atari, you're going to be doing most of the talking. I didn't have an Atari.
I have Wikipedia there. Oh, no wonder you're scared of Atari.
I'm not scared of Atari. I just didn't have one.
I hate being poor.
Huh?
I hate growing up poor.
Did poor people have Ataris?
Yes, because apparently you said everybody had the Commodore 64s.
No, you said that the rich kids had Commodore 64.
Because they did.
No, we had an Intellivision instead of an Atari. And I always felt jealous of my friends that had an Atari because I knew it was the more popular one.
That's some bullshit.
But then when I got the Nintendo Entertainment System, all bets were off.
Was it?
Yeah, because I got the one, like the full setup with the power pad and everything.
Ugh. It must be nice, Prince Kean. Here's an episode for the rich kids.
All right. So there's a word that has been very popular.
Taking social media by storm.
Yes. Taking social media by desert storm.
So we're going to jump on this word. We're going to write it out.
Like the train.
Mm-hmm. And it rhymes with manure.
I hate manure.
Am I right or am I right?
Well, I mean, you are right. And in the text string, when we were discussing having to do this word, you definitely said that you hated manure. No, yeah. You said something about it rhyming with manure.
Yeah.
And then I did the.
What did you do?
Griff Tannen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Griff from Back to the Future 3.
Yeah. I hate manure.
Back to the Future 3.
Lost in the Wild West.
Oh, so what's our word?
Demure. Demure is a word that has been around as a word forever. For all intents and purposes, it's still a word.
And it's still around.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
do you know where it came from? Why it's all over social media?
No. Did somebody say it?
It was in a TikTok or something. And it was just somebody who just said it saying, I'm being this and this is how I am. And it just caught on.
Do you have the original video?
I never looked it up.
Because I'd be interested, because so many people are doing it and the only way things get famous, I feel like, in social media is when they're making fun of somebody doing something not quite right.
That's honestly what this word was, or what I've seen from it, is it doesn't feel like they're making fun of it. It feels like they're just using it, and it just caught fire. And I wasn't sure about it. There it is.
My makeup for work, very demure, very mindful. I don't come to work with a green cut crease. I don't look like a clown when I go to work. I don't do too much. I'm very mindful while I'm at work. See how I look very presentable? The way I came to the interview is the way I go to the job. A lot of you girls go to the interview looking like Marge Simpson and go to the job looking like...
Okay. So, now, let's get back to the word.
Okay.
Because the second definition on Urban Dictionary actually is pretty close to the actual definition, which is a young woman that is well-spoken, with manners, and can be outwardly shy or reserved. Shy or reserved is key to this.
Yeah. Not a brat.
Sure.
Can a man be demure?
But please help me understand how makeup can be demure.
Keep going.
That's the part that I'm confused about. Like, that's how they lead into the video. Is I do my makeup demure. You can't do your makeup demure, and also you'd be doing it demurely because you're doing, which is the verb. So it would be an adverb, which means you need to add ly. It doesn't matter. The point is, no. That, I guess that's my point. Just no.
Are you very demure? Very mindful? Very cutesy? How can you know? Turns out demure comes from within. So it's coming from inside of you, dude. This could be a long episode for us.
Yeah, this just falls into the list of words that these damn kids have taken.
Okay, so we're already off.
And this makes me even more angry because it's like it's not far off from being right, but it's just far enough away and used just the wrong way to make me hate it.
All right, so you're bad cop on Demure.
Yeah,
because I'm reading this.
Demi Moore.
Your demure is what it means to you. It's being mindful and considerate of the people around you, like me, but also of yourself and how you present yourself to the world. So
back up to the beginning of that. Your demure is what it means to you. That's not how word definitions work. You don't get to pick what the definition is, and that's what it means to you.
The kids of today do.
Well, clearly.
So me and this generation, we love demure. And I feel very demure on the inside. Because
You've never been mindful of anything.
I'm mindful how lovely I am.
That's
especially on the inside.
You were explaining all the reasons that I hate this word.
Well, that's why you're the bad cop.
Because you made it all about yourself.
See, you're Danny Glover and I'm Mel Gibson.
I think that's the other part that drives me nuts. That you're Mel Gibson. No, the part that
am I an anti-Semite?
Because I am too old for this shit.
You are. Which he has been quoting a lot lately. And I'm literally 6 years older than this son of a bitch.
I'm too old for this shit. But I think that's the part that drives me the most nuts.
Your Danny Glover imitation?
But it's close. Huh?
Your Danny Glover imitation?
No, that's fantastic.
Can we hear it one more time?
I'm getting too old for this shit.
Why does this sound Irish?
He doesn't sound Irish.
He doesn't sound black.
Also, that explains, first of all, he does. Also, that explains why your Australian accent is so bad, because you think...
I sound like Mel Gibson?
No.
Are you sure?
I think you just don't know what accents sound like.
I'm trying to remember a good line from Lethal Weapon. Look, I got a goddamn hollow point to blow my goddamn fucking head out. Or something like that. I don't know.
It was so good.
Yeah.
But felt like I was there.
He doesn't have an accent in Lethal Weapon.
So the thing that drives me most nuts about it.
Get that shit off my lawn. That's at the...
That is good.
That's my Danny Glover.
Yeah, that's nice. Get that shit off my lawn. that wasn't very good.
When he smiles, he's got pits in his face. When he smiles, you can see through his head.
So I think the thing that I don't like about it.
So Lethal Weapon's not demure.
No. Well, a little. Is that you as a person
who's very demure, point
proven, you as a person should not be able to dictate yourself as demure.
Dick what?
Dictate.
Is this like Cockney?
Nope.
Pretty close.
Is it?
I knew what Tate once.
Bet you did.
So what's the problem?
Is that people are feeding this term to themselves. They're not letting somebody else call them demure.
But they're trying to find their best selves. And in our environment today, that is a plus. Because go on TikTok, how many people are ugly and selfish and dumb?
All of them, which is why they can't be demure.
Not all of them. There's a few good ones.
Name 3.
Tom Segura.
Not demure.
Pete Buttigieg. Is that how you say his last name?
Buttigieg?
Yeah, he literally just joined TikTok. It's amazing. I can't wait to vote for that guy. He's as demure as it gets.
I don't know that that's true either.
Okay. It's a D word. It's close.
All D words aren't the same, Daniel.
Mm-hmm. I'm demure, damn it.
I don't think that you are.
I'm demanure, damn it.
And that's the other thing. Like, from the male perspective, like...
I haven't seen any male stuff for this. I haven't seen a lot of this.
I have, and also Reese called himself that the other day.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, shit. This thing's catching on then.
Uh-huh.
Because honestly, we got this push from our wives, right?
And to be perfectly honest with you, based on the video you just showed me, and that was the...
original.
Okay.
Because it's the first thing you come up when you search.
I promise you, kids are absolutely making fun of that.
But the ones who were like, it caught on with like celebrities. So a lot of like high-end female celebrities are doing it, but they're not doing it in a way where they were making fun of.
They're not.
Yeah. Well, maybe
but the kids that are making it popular are.
You think so?
Yeah.
Reese was making fun of it?
What doesn't Reese make fun of?
You, because he's a lovely human being and he loves his
I'm sure he makes
his
fun of me.
extra special.
I hope
dad.
he makes fun of me. I'm worth making fun of. But
No, it's not true at all. You see, when you're demure, you don't look for people's like bad things, and you don't just go to your flaws.
right, so you're not demure.
I'm super demure. When have I ever given you shit about anything other than
When have I ever pointed out any of my own flaws?
How handsome and smart you are.
There's another one that came up that was kind of fun as I was going through these, which is impure demure.
Ooh,
When a girl acts classy as shit, but you find out she's straight filthy.
that doesn't sound like a bad thing. Demure, a counterpoint to brat. Now, I've
Cool.
had my moments of being a
Cool,
brat.
calm, collected, cautious, delicate, reserved.
That's me.
It sounds like lyrics to a bad rap song. Characterization of being reserved, shy, sedate, and or modest involves not wanting to bring attention to oneself and being well-mannered. We're gonna work back towards a previous word, and it's gonna be, I don't know that it can be intrinsically linked,
Mm-hmm.
but this demureness and that description of it makes me think of a Sigma, in that they get their power in their, I don't want to say loneliness, but their
Yeah.
ability to not need the attention of others.
Now, how much demure do you got to sprinkle on your flowers to make sure they grow? Really?
No, that's manure.
Oh, I got a lot of that in me too. I've been told.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you are full of shit.
Let's see. Okay, it does show that like Jennifer Lopez and them, they reposted it. Not in a way of making fun of the original.
No, but show me the post. Do you have it?
No, I didn't look it up, but I'm just reading about their stuff like that.
I'm just saying, like, when I've seen the celebrities do it, like, they're definitely gussied up. It's definitely not demure. It's definitely bringing attention to oneself.
Some of these are they're roping this in with skibbity, our favorite word, because of how quickly skibbity caught on for meaning nothing. At least demure actually means something.
True. Do you have some examples of demure?
Give me
some examples that people would believe.
I'm a sensitive soul.
You are sensitive. God, you're such a sensitive.
Why would you say that?
See,
God, I hate you. I hate when you're the bad cop. You're always so mean.
We've brought this person or character up before. Rachel Lee Cook's character, and she's all that. She was pretty demure.
Out of all, we can't pick another movie.
No, it's the only one I know.
Is it? What about
Bob? No.
10 Things I Hate About You. Oh, what about Bob? We could talk about What About Bob.
Sure. Also, 10 Things I Hate About You. That character was not demure.
No. That's a Shakespeare movie, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Based on
Shakespeare? A Tale of Two Cities? Or what was it?
That's Charles Dickens.
A Tale of Two Titties? What was it? I'm watching the wrong movie channel, I think.
Taming of the Shrew.
Thank you. Yeah. That's pretty close.
Spot on.
Hmm.
Who else would be demure?
And a little fun fact, Heath Ledger won an Oscar for that movie.
In the current explanation of demure,
just gonna skip over that.
Yep. Sorry, he's already dead. There's nothing else we can do.
A Dark Knight.
The episode of The Simpsons where Marge gets the Chanel suit. She's like in the club, and by in the club I mean in the country club, not like 50 Cent in the club. She's definitely trying to act demure because she wants to get in.
Yeah.
But also wearing a super expensive looking Chanel suit that draws attention. So like, to me, that is like this definition of demure.
So, I mean, technically these days, it doesn't matter if you're he, she, or whatever.
Like by definition, if you're out there calling yourself demure, aren't you directing attention towards yourself? Like you're making videos about it. So you're pulling attention to yourself.
Yeah, I guess technically, yeah.
This is why I think that like somebody has to give you that moniker. You can't give it to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, I'm never going to give it to you.
I was just going to ask if you ever had to be more demure in your life. Like was there a situation that you would have carried yourself that maybe would have fell into that?
I don't know that I would call it demure, but like I definitely had to watch my P's and Q's when I started working at the Win, because we were trying so hard to be 5-star, 5 diamond that like the way that I sometimes talk with guests normally, you can't talk that way there.
That's weird, because I think anybody that gets to know you, especially on a professional level, in your background in hosting and bartending and everything you've done, food service,
not hosting, but I get the basic point you're making.
I think that's one of your strong points. Like, I think you're good with people. Like, you're quick with the person who would get your humor.
I'm great with people. That's not what I'm saying, though. I'm saying that you have to change how you are with people to fit a certain vibe, for lack of a better way of saying it. Like in high-end places like that, there's an expected type of way that you are with people. Whereas when I'm most comfortable and I'm at my best, I'm catering the way I am to the person I'm speaking to.
And I'll just use me as an example. Like the first time we met, I mean, you were telling racist penis jokes and everything. So like you knew the clientele.
I don't remember that happening.
You don't?
No. Also, what's a racist penis?
Well, you know.
No, I don't, because I didn't tell those jokes.
Okay, so then, I mean, technically you haven't, but I mean, that's as close as you would get to that, right?
Yeah, I guess I would think so. I'm trying to think of another time that would fit. I think that server voice definitely has a demure quality to it, because there's like a way that servers talk to their tables. It's different than how they would talk in the real world. And I guess that's sort of just along those same lines, but you definitely change the way you talk when you're talking to a guest, especially if they're upset.
So as two middle-aged men, I almost feel like we're not getting this word right. I think we're the wrong people to talk about this.
No, I think that everybody's the wrong people to talk about this because they're getting it wrong.
I think some of them are getting it right with Demure.
You know what demure would be a perfect explanation for is what was the men's style of fashion that was popular for a little while that we've talked about before?
Metro?
Yeah. Demure would be a perfect explanation for Metro.
Okay.
Because to me, demure is like a softening of the edges.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what Metro was. It wasn't like loud and overstated the way a lot of styles were at the time.
Metro was just looking nice and clean.
Right. It technically fits into my dapper thing, which is, I think that's the big thing, is this demure thing. I feel like somebody else in social media needs to come out with a same thing, but for guys, called dapper.
Yeah, that would work.
And then just kind of feed off that whole thing. Again, the word wouldn't exactly mean what the word means.
Yeah.
But it would mean that people would have their word for it.
When Metro first came out, I got labeled as Metro because
you wore clothes.
Because I went with.
Could you wash your clothes?
I could clean up nicely, and I had a huge gay.
When did that change?
I have a huge gay following when I stopped wearing pants.
Oh,
yeah. The first time I looked in Demure, I've been waiting. I've been sitting on that all night.
Oh man,
it was pretty good, right?
I'm so glad we waited for that.
You want me to do it again?
Nope.
Okay. I'm going to end the episode with that. But yeah, I got labeled that because I have
I'm starting with the man in Demure.
Demure. Make that change.
That's what I tell my cashiers all the time.
To make that change?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Do you do it in a whisper like that?
I should. I don't tell them that, but now I'm mad that I've never used that.
You should walk up singing that song.
No, you
sing that line and then you turn to them and you're all, make that change.
You just wait till they pop out the cash drawer and you go, make that change.
But how awesome would that be if you could time that with the song playing? Oh, it's the best.
It'd be like getting rickrolled, but for making change at a counter. Nobody uses cash anymore. It'd be hard to come by, but
come by.
Make that change.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we're doing Demure. I just want to say Demure.
I don't know if we're doing Demure to justice.
Demure, isn't that like the space station?
Mm-hmm.
The Russian space station was Demure.
Yes, that was Russian space station. Also, I think he was the star of Taxi. Or is that Robert
De Niro?
De Niro.
I love that guy. See, this is all we can do is bust Demure's chops by making fun of it. And
it's what you say when somebody thanks you in Spanish. Your response is Demure.
If I upload this right now while it's taking off, I can get this up like within a week. The amount of hate we're gonna get because we're so stupid male influencers here. Because we don't understand. You don't understand the word. I understand it perfectly.
Obviously.
Yes. I don't know. Maybe we'll go viral. We've been waiting.
Actually, what we should do. Have you seen the clips where it's a guy and it's like Spanish word of the day? Yeah.
Yes.
So that would be perfect for this based on what you had started with
the Demure,
which is Spanish word of the day is demure. And then he uses it in a sentence. He says, every morning I wake up and I go to get ready and I look in demure.
Why are those so good, but so I feel like I'm not supposed to like them as much. Those are freaking hilarious.
They're funny because a person that can make that joke is making that joke.
I just feel like I'm not supposed to be laughing.
It's kind of like, you know, how there are certain words that you're not allowed to use to talk about groups of people, but that group of people can use that word to talk about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that. Like I've always told off-color jokes and been like, it doesn't matter, I'm a Jew, or it doesn't matter, I'm Mexican, or it doesn't matter, I'm Irish. So I think that's kind of what it is. It's like you feel bad for laughing because it's definitely, you know, a racist joke.
Yeah, and you need to take a look in Demure and really think about what you're saying here.
I mean, I'm a Mexican. I can laugh at it.
So Demure is not for us. I have a feeling it's going to be gone as fast as it's been here.
Yeah, but I would have thought the same about Skibbity.
We have lots of thoughts about Skibbity. None of them good.
No. I don't. The thing is I don't hate the word. Like, the word's very descriptive if you use the word properly.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's not being used properly.
I think it's like halfway being used properly. I think it's just the intent. I think they're getting the intent wrong on some of it sometimes.
I guess.
But I also think some of them are using it positively. So I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm demure on the inside.
Right.
Sensitive.
I didn't want to forget.
Sensitive soul. Wait a second. I have a thought. I should leave more of your dumb stuff in.
Yeah.
Because people probably think you're this demure genius.
No, I think you don't understand that when I'm playing dumb, how smart I have to be to play dumb.
What?
Yeah.
You don't play dumb.
Yeah.
When?
Just like you play smart, I play dumb.
I play smart?
Sometimes. It's always on accident, though.
Yes. Totally. Clamato. It's not right.
Wrong order.
Yeah.
Clamato.
Chlamydia. Who?
No.
Never,
not what koalas have.
Never met her. She's not demure.
Koalas. STDs. Look it up.
I know. I remember when I first learned that. That was pretty crazy.
It's weird to me. Like, because they move so slow. How do they get it?
Well, if you would move fast, you wouldn't get it because you'd be in and out. Like rabbits, they're the cleanest animal in the world, dude.
I don't think that's how science works.
You don't think so?
No. I don't think it's the speed with which.
What's the most demure animal in the animal kingdom?
If that was the case, wouldn't sloths have way more chlamydia than even koalas?
Do you think they orgasm that slow too? Just sitting there like,
one can only hope.
Oh, what is that? Tree sap? Oh, shit.
Well, we reached a point that I never thought we'd reach on the podcast.
We're Googling sloth ejaculation.
First of all, we're not Googling anything. Well, I think you're about to, but just the fact that we got to
animal yeet.
Yeah, sloth eat.
Oh God, sorry, Demure.
This episode got very not Demure in a hurry.
I don't think it ever was. Anybody's seen any of our cover slides, you know we're not Demure.
No,
not even close. And we podcast with our pants off. I mean,
we don't.
Okay, I podcast with my pants off.
He keeps thinking that every episode starts with pants off, dance off, and then we start recording.
And it would really help if I'd stop shaving just from like the waist down to my knees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a good look.
Belle from Beauty and the Beast. She was demure.
Think so?
Sure.
I thought she was kind of a bitch.
Why, did you ask her out and she said no?
Maybe. Come on. What kind of chick like leaves her dad out in the woods and then humps a bear when she's got a perfectly
Beast was not a bear.
Close.
No, he wasn't even gay.
Huh? Bears are gay? What kind of bears?
Do you not know that term?
The bear. Oh, well, yeah, because you're a bear.
No, I'm not a bear.
No, let's explain. You have to explain for anybody who doesn't know what gay vernacular. There's terms for body types for
sure
their partners that they're attracted to.
Looks in general, not just body types.
And we've discovered you're a bear body type.
I mean, I'm pretty much bear to a T.
Which, from what I've heard, is the preferred animal. I think they like bears.
Yeah, they want zaddies.
Zaddies? That's on our list.
I know. Haven't even gotten there yet.
I'm scared too because I'm afraid of the jokes we do in Zaddy.
Good news is the one time that I did accidentally end up at gay day at Disneyland.
They have a gay day at Disneyland?
Well, they don't.
Isn't every day gay day at Disneyland?
First of all, no. Well, I don't know.
Because it's the happiest place on earth.
Sure.
What kind of gay were you talking about, sir?
Doesn't matter. The point is, yes, annually they have a gay day at Disneyland. Not Disneyland sponsored.
They don't call it gay day.
Yeah, they do. Disneyland doesn't sponsor it.
Okay.
Which they could, and nobody would care because
it's like Sean Hayes and them just show up one day and it's party central.
No, and I don't know if it's still big or still a thing. It got really big when like message boards were a thing, and so you'd have you'd have groups, and they would be like, okay, this day is going to be gay day at Disneyland. Everybody make sure to wear red.
They wouldn't have like gay day shirts?
No. I was a gay day at Disneyland, and all I got was this lousy shirt.
Yeah.
And so my buddy and I went to the Angels and A's game. We're coming back, and it was while I was still working on property. And I was like, screw it. Let's go to Disneyland, kill a couple hours.
And you're married now.
Yeah. And, well, have I not told you this story?
No, actually, no.
Okay.
This could be good.
And so we get on the tram from the parking lot. And so we get off, we get into the park, we walk inside, and you've been to Disneyland, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So you walk in and you hit that first point of Main Street.
Yeah.
You hit that first point of Main Street, and it's nothing but red shirts as far as the eye can see.
Oh, nice.
And you go, that's really strange. I wonder what. Oh,
it's Tiger Woods.
Immediately it hits. Yeah, it's all on Sunday. Immediately it hits. You're like, that's what all these red shirts are for.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, one of those sort of like Seinfeld. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I don't care.
That clip came up on my feed today.
But then you'll like get into the park, and families come to the park, and they all want to wear the same color so that they can find each other. And invariably you see these families and they're wearing all red, and
nice.
They're from parts that probably don't interact as much with that group, that lifestyle, and so they're very confused and very scared, and now they don't know if they're going to be able to find their children. But we went over to the Jungle Cruise, and this is before the beard, so I was able to get away unscathed. But the entire line, it was literally just bears. The entire line, yeah, the entire line of people was all bears.
What age were you?
24.
Nice.
Something like that.
You didn't have the beard at 24?
I could have. I didn't have the beard.
Oh,
at
gotcha.
24.
Gotcha. Okay.
Then we were walking around, and my best friend from high school, we had all kind of assumed didn't know, but ran into him that day, and that's how I found out.
Oh, you have mentioned that. I think you mentioned that off the podcast, though.
Probably.
Yeah.
So that's my experience with gay day at Disneyland. It was any other day at Disneyland, except everybody was wearing red.
That's a pretty good story. Should I tell you my gay story? One of my gay stories?
Sure.
It's a short one. It's a quick one. I was going to the store. My wife, who's then girlfriend, we were younger, so we were in, when you're younger, you tend to be active, sexually active. Well, she was sick. She needed cough medicine. And we just so happened to run out of protection for the male anatomy. So I went to the store, got in line. This was Kmart, by the way, and proceeded to check out with cough medicine and a big box of protective, what do you want to call them? Condoms?
Prophylactics.
Thank you. And there were two checkout artists, if you want to call them.
Checkout artists. Cashiers.
Yes. I don't like labels.
Clearly.
And the one who was obviously out and proud, frosted tips, had his fingernails done.
Wait, what's wrong with frosted tips?
Well, there's nothing wrong with it, just not my style.
Oh.
And as I've always said,
for a while.
I've always had kind of a huge gay following. Like gay men have always found me pretty, which is awesome.
At least somebody does.
Yeah, I'll take it. Well, he proceeded to come over, tap the other cashier on the shoulder, and laser beamed eye contact with me once he saw what was on the thing on the scanners, going by the scanner, and he was like, "Oh, I got this." And the other person just was like, "Okay, I'm out." And then he rang me up, and he was just like, when he was picking up the condoms and stuff like that. And he was just like, "Oh, you're in for a party tonight," and stuff. And I was just like, "Oh."
Yeah, I'm going to roofie myself and try to see if I can put on condoms.
Good times. I was just like, "Thanks, man." I was like, "I like your nails." And then I just walked out awkwardly. And you know when you can feel someone's watching you, your back, your neck gets hot and stuff like that. Yeah, it was one of those moments. And I just wanted to get home to my wife and give her medicine so she could feel better. That story made her feel much better. She
I
laughed.
bet it did.
She laughed.
Also, which medicine did you give her?
Robitussin.
Oh.
What was it supposed to say? Like kaopectate?
I wasn't sure if you gave her the condoms or the...
Well, you fill the condom up. You break it over her head and call it a night.
It's like water balloons, but,
Yeah.
but cough medicine.
I think we should, as a side note, just so everybody's clear, that we are friends to everybody who loves anybody. We make a lot of jokes. A lot of times we're actually ripping each other.
Unless you love Adolf Hitler. We're not friends with you.
Yes, that we do have a line. But as off color as we can be sometimes, because a lot of times we're just trying to crack ourselves up. We really don't care what color you are. We don't care what sex you are. We definitely don't care what you do in your spare time.
Doesn't matter to us.
Yeah. We just like
It's what makes you human.
Yeah. So just wanted to put that out there to, cover all our bases there. So I can say gay day one more time or something like that. But
That wasn't very demure of you.
no, it wasn't. I need to take a look at myself in Demure. I got 2 more.
Perfect.
So if we haven't killed Demure, I need to take a look at myself in the space station mirror. See, I just flipped that up a little bit on you right
Yeah,
there?
great.
Yeah.
So happy you did.
All right. So
I'm starting with the man in Demure.
I knew you'd do that one more time. I guess we better get out of here then
Yeah, it's time to make that change.
and kill this word.
Later, slangers.
Hey, you're not that. That's pretty nice for a bad cop.
Yeah, I'm a good bad cop.
Mm-hmm. You can say it one more time though.
Good bad cop. Oh. I'm too old for this shit. It's like Demure's a hand grenade, and you're like, well, I can get close enough.
It's a Bruno Mars song.
Is it a Bruno Mars song?
That's the only song I like from him.
I didn't even know it was one of his songs.
Grenade?
Oh, I thought you meant Demure. I was like, what?
Yeah. It's the only song he didn't rip off from everybody else. It's actually original. He writes a pretty good original song every now and then. And then he rewrites number 1 hits pretty well as well.
Yeah, just like everybody does.
Who?
Everybody.
We didn't get the who joke right there. Who's on first?
Oh, I thought you were being an owl.